Your best friend is holding a knife. The rope is the only thing keeping you alive. 50 meters above you, somewhere in the storm, Simon is deciding whether to cut it. You can't see him, you can't hear him. You can only feel the rope vibrating in the wind. Feel yourself spinning slowly over a void that has no bottom. You've been hanging here for an hour, maybe more. Time doesn't exist when you're waiting to die. Your fingers are frozen. Your broken leg is screaming. The cold is eating you from the inside. And somewhere above you, your best friend is holding a knife. You don't blame him, but let's go back to the beginning, when everything was still possible. June 1985. You're Joe Simpson, 25 years old, British, climber. You and Simon Yates are attempting the west face of Ciudad Grande in the Peruvian Andes, 6,300 meters. Nobody has done it before. The climb takes 3 days. 3 days of ice axes and crampons, of sleeping on ledges no wider than your body. 3 days of perfect partnership. You and Simon moving like one organism, trusting each other with your lives. On the third day, you reach the summit. You stand on top, looking down at the clouds. Simon grins. You grin back. For one perfect moment, you're invincible. 25 years old and standing on a mountain nobody has ever climbed. But mountains don't care about your dreams. Getting up is optional. Getting down is mandatory. And the descent is where everything goes wrong. The storm hits on the way down. Visibility drops to nothing. Wind screams across the ridge. You can barely see Simon 3 meters ahead, but you keep moving. Staying on the mountain means death. Then it happens. You're traversing an ice cliff when the snow beneath you collapses. You fall, not far, maybe 3 meters, but you land wrong. Your right leg hits a rock hidden under the snow. Your knee explodes. The pain is immediate, absolute. White hot. You look down and see your lower leg at an angle that legs don't go. The impact drove your tibia up through your knee joint. You can feel the bones grinding against each other inside your body. You scream. The wind swallows the sound. You bite through your lip to keep from screaming again. Simon reaches you. He looks at your leg. You watch his face change. You see the calculations happening behind his eyes. At this altitude, with this injury, in this storm, you're dead. Both of you know it. He could leave. That's what climbers do in situations like this. It's not cruelty, it's survival. You can't walk. He can't carry you. The mountain will kill you both if he tries. But Simon doesn't leave. We'll get you down, he says, and against all logic, against all mountaineering wisdom, he means it. He rigs a system, 2 50-meter ropes tied together. He'll lower you down the mountain, 50 meters at a time, then climb down to you and repeat. It will take hours, maybe days, but it might work. The first 50 meters go smoothly, then the next. You're sliding down on your back, your shattered leg dragging behind you, biting through your lip over and over to keep from screaming. It's working. Slowly, painfully, it's working. Then you go over the edge. You don't see the cliff, neither does Simon. The storm hides everything. One moment, you're sliding down a steep slope. The next moment, there's nothing beneath you. You drop off an overhang and swing into empty space. You're hanging over a void. Below you, a crevasse, a crack in the glacier that goes down forever. You can't see the bottom. You're not sure there is one. Above you, the rope disappears into the whiteout. Simon is up there somewhere, holding on, but he can't see you. He doesn't know what happened. He only knows that the rope suddenly went tight and started pulling him toward the edge. You try to climb. Your frozen hands can't grip the rope. Your broken leg is useless. You hang there spinning slowly while the cold kills you one cell at a time. An hour passes. You know Simon is still holding on because you haven't fallen, but you also know he can't hold forever. The rope is pulling him down. If he doesn't let go, you'll both die. You want to tell him to cut the rope, to save himself, but you can't shout loud enough. The wind takes everything, so you hang there and you wait. Above you, Simon is fighting for his life. The rope has pulled him to the edge of a small cliff. His feet are braced against a ridge of snow that's slowly collapsing. His hands are frozen to the rope. He's been holding your weight for over an hour. He can't pull you up. He tried. You're too heavy. The angle is wrong. His strength is gone. He can't let go. The rope is wrapped around his body. If he releases it, you fall, but he might fall too. There's only one option left. He reaches into his harness and pulls out his knife. Simon doesn't want to cut the rope. He spends long minutes trying to think of another way. There isn't one. His feet are slipping. The snow anchor is failing. In a few minutes, maybe seconds, you'll both be pulled off the mountain. He thinks about your friendship, about the climbs you've done together, about your laugh, your stupid jokes, your absolute trust in each other. Then he cuts the rope. You feel it happen before you understand it. A jerk, a release, and then you're falling. 45 meters straight down into the crevasse. The fall takes 2 seconds. The landing breaks your fall. You hit an ice bridge, a frozen shelf inside the crevasse. The impact drives the air out of your lungs. Your broken leg twists beneath you. You scream into the darkness, then silence. You're inside the glacier, a cavern of blue ice, lit by the faint glow filtering down from above. You can see the sky, a tiny circle of gray, impossibly far up. That's where you fell from. You check your body. Somehow, you're alive. Your leg is worse now, twisted at a new angle, but your spine works. Your arms work. You look up at the entrance of the crevasse. 45 meters of vertical ice, smooth. Impossible to climb with two good legs. With one leg shattered, it might as well be the moon. You look down. The crevasse continues deeper into the glacier. Darkness, unknown depth, probably a dead end. Up means certain failure. Down means probable death. You have to choose. Every instinct screams, go up, toward the light, toward the surface, toward life. But you can't go up. The walls are too smooth, your leg is destroyed. You would exhaust yourself and fall again, this time with no ice bridge to catch you. So you do the insane thing. You go down, you take your rope, the same rope Simon cut, and you rig a descent. You lower yourself deeper into the crevasse, away from the light, into the darkness. This is either genius or suicide. You won't know which until it's over. You descend for what feels like hours. The light above you shrinks to a star, then disappears entirely. You're in absolute darkness now, inside a frozen tomb, going deeper when every cell in your body screams to go up. Your hands are bleeding, your arms are shaking, you've almost given up. Then you see it. Light below you. Impossible. Beautiful. Light. A crack in the ice. A way out. You descend toward it, moving faster now, hope burning through the pain. The crack widens. You see snow, daylight, the outside world. You drag yourself through the opening and collapse onto the glacier. You're out. You're alive. The crevasse didn't kill you, but you're still 8 kilometers from base camp. With a shattered leg, no food, no water, and Simon thinks you're dead. If he's even still alive, the crawl begins. 3 days, that's how long it takes you to cover 8 kilometers. 3 days of dragging yourself across ice and rock, your broken leg trailing behind you like dead weight. You can't walk. You can barely crawl. So you develop a system. Sit up, push forward with your good leg, drag the broken one, collapse. Repeat. For 3 days, the pain is constant, not sharp anymore. Your body has moved past that. Now it's a deep, grinding presence that fills every moment. You stop noticing it because there's nothing else. Thirst is worse. You eat snow, but it's not enough. Your lips crack, your tongue swells. You start seeing things that aren't there. And there's a song in your head, Boney M. Brown Girl in the Ring. You hate this song. You've always hated it, but it appeared in your mind on the first day and it won't leave. It plays on repeat, over and over, a ridiculous disco track soundtracking your death crawl across a glacier. Brown Girl in the Ring, tra-la-la-la-la. You crawl in rhythm to it. Push, drag, collapse. Push, drag, collapse. The song keeps you moving when your body wants to quit. You pass out, you wake up, you don't know how much time has passed. You keep crawling. On the second night, you reach the rocks at the edge of the glacier, moraine, sharp, loose stones that tear your hands and knees. But it means you're getting lower, closer to camp. You keep crawling. Somewhere during the 3rd day, you start talking to yourself, then arguing with yourself. Then you realize you're having conversations with people who aren't there. You're dying. You know this. Your body is shutting down. But you keep crawling because the alternative is lying still. And lying still means giving up. You don't give up. On the 3rd night, you smell something. Faint but unmistakable. Human waste. The latrine pit at base camp. You've never been so happy to smell shit in your life. You drag yourself toward the smell. It's dark. Your body has nothing left. But you see the tents. Simon didn't leave. You try to shout. What comes out is a croak, so you keep crawling. Simon. Inside the tent, Simon wakes up. He's been here for 3 days, alone with his guilt. He went down to the crevasse. He saw where you fell. He called your name until his voice gave out. Nothing. He's certain you're dead, buried in the ice. And it's his fault. He held the knife. He made the choice. Then he hears something. A voice. Your voice. But that's impossible. Dead men don't speak. He opens the tent. And there you are, a skeleton covered in ice, dragging yourself through the rocks. Your face is gray, your eyes are hollow. You look more dead than alive, but you're alive, Joe. His voice breaks on your name. You did the right thing, you tell him. He carries you into the tent. He holds you while you shake. Neither of you says much. He cut the rope. You survive. Somehow, you both made it off that mountain. The world wants to judge Simon. They call him a coward. People who've never held a rope with a dying friend on the other end. but you don't judge him. He cut the rope. And that's why you're both alive. If he'd held on, you'd both be frozen in that crevasse. 2 deaths instead of 0. The rope that held you, the rope that dropped you, the rope that saved you both. Years later, people ask what kept you going. You tell them about the song, Boney M on repeat, the most annoying song in the world keeping you alive. But the real answer is simpler. You wanted to live, whatever it took. Some people give up, some people don't. You didn't, and that made all the difference. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more stories of impossible survival. See you in the next one.